My name's James, and I'm the con.
And this is Bobby, and I'm the bot.
And together, we are. Alright, so we're coming back at you with another round of news. It's been an eventful last few days, so we're gonna get you up to speed. And the first thing are the leaks, and I'm quite excited about this first one. And that is we have the first images of the Legacy Evolution Medics. Now, this is supposedly a Walgreens exclusive, and it's very interesting how we got this leak. So, on TFW, somebody bought a Hasbro Legacy Skids from Hasbro Pulse, and they sent it to him in this box. Yeah, so that's how this. That's why I put this in leaks, because Hasbro leaked itself. So that just makes me think how many other figures out there that might have been leaked from people who maybe aren't online as much.
That is funny.
But about this figure, I think this looks great. I have the Crank case mold, I believe it was, and we did an episode on it. And I did quite like it, and I think I'm going to like it even more in these colors. They really pop. The neon green and the red, and the 2 extra guns. This seems really cool to me.
I'm on the fence with this one. I'm not character at all, and for some reason, it looked like the Ghostbusters. But that's what it just brought me to. So I'm on the fence. I think I'll let you get it first and tell me how it is, and maybe I'll pick it up afterwards.
Sounds good. I definitely will do that, and maybe I'll be able to convince you to buy it if we're able to get it. This is a Walgreens exclusives, and those are notoriously hard to get.
They are.
Supposedly. Yeah. So the next one is a group of leaks, and the first one, which I'm obviously the most excited about because we have a name about it, is an Amazon exclusive Nacelle. So this is a pretty obscure character, but it looks. Hopefully, it'll look like this picture and look really good.
That's key. If it looks like this picture, I'm all in. I love the way the Seeker looks. The red, white, and blue looks amazing. It's going to be in my collection. I love it.
Yes, and the other leaks that came out with this were SDCC leaks. So it was ECOM SDCC 1, 2, and DTC, whatever those mean. So it looks like we're going to have some San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. We'll see if they're anything worthwhile enough.
DTC, down to change?
Oh, there you go. Alright, let's move on to some figures that were just announced. So, we already did a video about this, but it's not a figure, but they showed off the designs for Stratosphere and Transit. We think they look interesting. Bobby thinks Stratosphere looks like Android 20, I believe, right?
Yeah, Dr. Gero, yes.
Dr. Gero. So go watch that video. I'll link it somewhere up here for you to see.
Yes.
So now this is something that I found also was interesting, because we talked on the last news segment, we talked about a subscription-based model kit, and now there's a second Optimus Prime subscription-based model kit. So,
wait, before you go to the next slide, what's going on with those eyes?
I had the same thought, and I haven't seen that movie in a long time, so I'm wondering if they actually look like that or not.
Oh, wow. Okay. Continue.
Yeah. So this is a build-up subscription figure by Fan Home. I've never heard of Fan Home, but it'll be coming in June of 2023, and they state it stands nearly 23 inches tall, and it's composed of meticulously detailed metal and ABS plastic parts. This Optimus Prime will be the centerpiece of your collection and includes light-up effects and full articulation for maximum posability. So it looks like they're really going into the high-end collector's market for the specific design. Here it is in more of a more complete nature. It looks like he's trying and failing to do the moonwalk on the picture on the left, but that kind of shows you how big he is with that hand. If that's a typical adult-sized hand, that's how big he would be. So it is pretty cool, though. I guess every part will come with a magazine that's going to delve more into the Transformers lore with this figure in particular, as well as talking about Cybertron and the Autobots and Decepticons war and Megatron and Bumblebee. So it's going to have a lot more than just this, which I think is pretty cool. And then I guess you're also going to get gifts throughout the subscription as well, like posters. And here's the instructions, which I did want to highlight as well, because seeing the instructions make me think it's either going to be really easy to build or really hard to build, because there's not a lot of depth to them. So, coming from somebody who works with models, that is concerning.
Well, I'm just looking at that tool that they're using. It looks like some sophisticated tweezers there.
Yes, definitely.
I like all the added things, and I actually probably would prefer the added things than the actual Transformer. And I mean, that's just not my Optimus Prime, for one. But I like the comics and the backstory and the lore and all those things. That's really cool. I would like something like that.
Yes. I'm right there with you. This isn't my Optimus Prime. I did see the 2007 movie when I was a kid-ish, a teenager. But I don't need a 23-inch non-transforming figure for probably a lot of money.
I'm curious
I would
to
much
see what
rather.
the prices are.
Yes, they haven't. I didn't see any prices on the listing, so we'll see. So moving on to something that I think you might be interested in, we have the VNR fan exclusive. So this is going to be from BBTS, Hasbro Pulse, the Chosen Prime. I'm assuming that's what they mean by fan exclusive. Optimus Prime, and this is the first look. Here's the box. Now I wanted to highlight the box because that's actually a really cool box with the blueprint look. I think they did a great job making it look like this. And here's the back of the box, which shows the figure itself. So obviously this is a Holiday Prime repaint, which I think was supposed to be a Amazon truck at one point, and I really wanted to get that Amazon Prime because that would have been the biggest Decepticon in my collection. But onto this figure, I think it looks really nice. I won't be getting it because I don't need another Prime, but if I didn't have a Voyager Prime, I'd probably buy this.
So I was actually in for the Holiday Prime, and things just got away from me, so I never picked it up. And seeing this doesn't sway me to get it. I don't like the cab on this version of Prime. The Holiday Prime got me because it was a Holiday Prime. This one just looks like any other Prime in terms of colors and things. So I think I'll actually be skipping this one.
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to justify the price point. If the cab was sold without the trailer for, $30-$35, I honestly might be picking it up, but this is not worth either price point to me personally.
Yeah.
But good of you that will get this and are wanting it. So I think it looks nice.
It does look nice.
Now let's move on to something that I know you're gonna snatch up in 2 seconds, and that is the Dr. Wu and Mechanic Studio MC03D Crazy Dr. Wheelie. So not only is this a movie figure, but it's a weird repaint. So how excited are you to get a tiny little wheelie?
Well, you are the king of the repaint, so this
I actually really like this.
I was going to say, this is all you, 1,000%. There's no excuses why you shouldn't have this in your collection. For me, this is going to be a hard pass, but for you, I expect you to show me this, as soon as it's released.
I actually really do like this. I think it's a really cute repaint. I just don't know about that cost. I think it's about $40 or $50, and he's about an inch or two tall. That seems like quite the cost when that can be half of a masterpiece or a third of a masterpiece scale third-party figure. So that's where my mind is at. But I do think it is adorable, and if it goes on sale, I'll probably be getting it.
The truck mode looks. I like the truck mode. It looks like maybe a truck I might have had, a Hot Wheels or something like that. I would have had it as a kid.
Yes, I think I can see you with that, playing around in the dirt. So let's move on to the updates. So the first one is the Masterpiece MP53 Plus B Dia Burnout. And they have some in-hand images because I guess it's been released. And this thing looks really cool. I really like this. I have the crosscut mold, and I really enjoyed that mold as well. Much better than the X-Transbot Skids mold. So this looks really cool. And if I'm able to see it for sale somewhere, like I've seen the crosscut a few places here and there, and Skids as well, like a flash sale or something, I actually might pick it up, but for full price, probably not.
I'm with you on this. I actually have crosscut Skids and the red one, Reboost from Takara. So I will probably go ahead and finish off the 4 of them. Yeah.
There they all are.
Yeah, I just
They
picked
look
up.
really nice together.
Yeah, I just picked up crosscut at TFCon, so it makes sense to go ahead and get this one just to finish off the quartet.
Yep, they definitely look like a group of Power Rangers right there. You just need a yellow one to finish it off.
Don't tempt them because they'll do it.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. So I'm on the fence with this figure. I like the new head sculpt. I think it looks nice. I like the yellow decals, but we'll see. We'll see how things roll. Next are in-hand images of the Dion and Ariel 2-pack. So here they are by themselves, and they look okay. They have the flaws of their original molds, if you ask me, which you can't really get around. Here I wanted to show off the remold that they actually did with both of these figures, which is kind of impressive. So here is Ariel, where they changed the whole front of and sides of the motorcycle. So I think that's pretty cool. And here is Dion, and they did the whole backpack thing differently. So where you can store, I'm assuming, Energon cubes. So that looks pretty cool. So what are your thoughts on these figures, Bobby? Even though we've already talked about our thoughts.
Yeah.
Once again.
Yeah, the Dion, I'm very excited about the Dion. I do hope that a third party company makes like a, more of a crate box in the back so it can hold Energon cubes. That would be ideal. It would be how I would have it on my shelf. But I like the head sculpt a lot on Dion. Ariel is kind of, I have to get her to get Dion. So I'm not in love with it, but I am excited that they're actually releasing this character, and looking forward to it.
Yep, and I think it will look very good with, in particular, this Orion Pax, which I think is that was the third part of the Combiner Wars trilogy.
Yeah, I think it was Titans
Return?
I think it was Titans Return.
Titan Returns? Yeah, so
let us know in the comments if you're wrong.
Let us know, because our old brains can't remember anything anymore. So I think this actually looks really nice with this one figure. And I'm sure it'll look good with the original figure too.
Well, I think it's going to look better with the repack of Orion and Alpha Trion, because I just don't remember in the cartoon Orion Pax being that much taller. So scale wise, I think that's where I see the issue, but it's going to be hard to keep Orion Pax next to Dion when they're in essence the same mold.
I was just about to say, as somebody who doesn't know much about the actual cartoon scale and stuff, this looks cool, but they're going to look exactly the same next to each other.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on to some third-party figures. And the first one is Dreamstar Toys Silverbolt. We've got some new images, and I could not find a forward-facing image of this plane, so we're seeing its butt. And this thing looks really nice. Very clean from the top. The bottom looks like it has Silverbolt's issues that he always has, which having just a robot on the bottom of it. But here's the robot mode. What do you think of this robot mode?
I'm in love with it. Now, I have the first 2 releases. The first one I was good with. The second one, Skydive, I believe, I had some issues with the piece breaking off. Me and my luck with QC issues. Um, uh, the chest piece, a little plastic C clip on it broke off, so that was an issue. And I didn't really like the way the chest came together in alt mode. But this looks amazing. Looks beefy, big, chunky. I mean, I love the colors in here as well. It breaks up the silver a lot with the reds and the yellows and golds kind of in there. So I love the spot mode.
I also like the bot mode as well as the plain mode. I think they look really nice. I like the colors that this has. I don't remember much colors on the other two, and that's my main drawback to getting this set. One, I don't need another Superion. He's not my favorite. Two, it's an all monochrome, which brings me to the next point, is I like this as a standalone figure, and if they repainted it as like a Megatron or something with that arm cannon, that would look really cool. But here is the combined mode, and this is where I start having issues, is it is so plain. I can't get it. No.
Plain?
There's not enough. Yes, because all of them have the same colors.
No, I got it. You were being funny. That pun intended.
No.
It's plain.
Okay.
Plain.
Plain.
Gotcha.
Plain. It has a very plain deco. It should have one black leg, which we've already seen the black leg silver. It should have one white leg. It should have one red arm, so on and so forth. And it is so boring with all gray that it kicks me out completely. I'll get a G2 deco, paint it all up in funky colors, and I'll buy it. But when things look too realistic, and it's just boring. But this does look good. The torso bot does look good. Again, I wish it was white and not silver, because I do not like the silver on the aerial bots.
I totally disagree, and I'm not necessarily a stylized fan of Transformers, but this reminds me of the Kang Toys Predaking. You know, it was over stylized. I still loved it, surprisingly, and this is doing the same thing for me. The gold thighs, the red chest, you know, I love it, and it makes it look like a separate robot of its own as well. So it looks like it has the uniqueness of each individual figure, but then the Superion character as its own as well, which I really like.
And maybe they'll have more color variety when the other two members drop, but all of them look the same. And I think we talked about that with that Nemesis Superion by Zeta Toys.
Yes.
If I remember, all of those guys look exactly the same. And that annoys me in a combiner, because you're buying it just to have the combiner, not to have the individual figures. And I'm the opposite. The individual figures need to be just as good as the combiner as a whole.
I do agree with that statement.
Yeah.
And you just reminded me that I still didn't pick that up. So
yeah. It's my job.
Oh god. Okay.
But something that I do think is really cool with this is the light up base for the combiner. I think this is really cool. Kang Toys come out with one, I'll put it with my Predaking, because I think that is a very cool touch.
It is. And I have two of the pieces, two of the pie slices together right now. I need to go ahead and buy the batteries for those lights so I can get that illuminated and have it prior to the release of it, so
yes,
I can have it all there. But yeah, I do like the way that comes together.
Yes, I do too. And moving on to something that I guess I'm not getting this either. We have Fansabi's MB23 Destroyer, and here's the plain mode. And the only reason why I'm not getting this is because I'm waiting for the US colors. Because this does look really nice. I really like the details inside that cockpit as well.
Yes.
But I have no connection to these colors. I don't think the red and the purple go very well together, so I will be happily waiting for the US colors.
So something I just noticed, and I don't know what they are, but right underneath the wings, there's those red things. They don't
those
look
are
like
shoulders.
And it doesn't look like anything on a plane. So that's kind of.
I think it's just supposed to be extra guns.
Yeah, but that doesn't look like extra guns. So that is my.
These are These are alien robots. It's an alien gun. Use your imagination.
No, not on an MP figure. I'm not using my imagination at all. But I will be picking this up regardless. I'll actually be picking up probably both colors because I have a hard time deciding and I'm indecisive.
Now you're going to be picking up 4 of them, so you could have them in bot and plain mode.
That would be a negative. I don't like the figure that much. But I will have it in both colors. Similar to what I did with Double Dealer. You know, I couldn't figure out if I wanted purple wings or green wings, so I picked up both. So I will be picking up both of these. And this is the first time I noticed those knobs that make me feel like I want to twist them or something like that. Maybe they spin around the opposite way. That would be great if they're hidden under the wing.
I have no comment to what you just said. Let's move on to what is incoming. So the first thing that's incoming is King Toys Mini Landable Tantrum. So we already talked about this, so I don't think we need to spend much time on it. But it does look pretty nice for a Legends class figure. I know now that you are actively buying Legends class figures, I'm assuming you're going to be getting this.
Look, don't put that on me. Just because I picked up, you know, this guy right here doesn't mean I'm a Legends collector. And I have a Starscream in another room. That's it as of right now. So even though I do like that King Toys and I wouldn't mind having it if somebody wants to buy me a gift.
Well, I also put this down, which is another Legends figure that would go perfect with your Starscream with the battle damaged look. And now this is New Age's H44Z Ymir Grimlock, and this is the damaged metallic version. And you got the damaged metallic version of Starscream, so he needs a buddy.
So,
and how can you say no when he comes with a fish?
The fish got me. Honestly, what I really liked about this is that sword. So
yeah,
I like, because normally, and I just so happen to have a Fans Toys sword in front of me. And even though it lights up, it still looks like a sword, but that looks like the flames are live on it. And I really like that idea of it not being a perfectly engraved sword. It looks like it's really on fire. So I love that sword. But I won't be picking this up, I don't think.
Oh, well, okay. We'll see. I think that the flame sword doubles as like flame breath, which I think is really cool too. I could be wrong. But it looks, to me, just looking at it, looks like it would be doing the same thing, which I think is really neat.
Well, that makes sense of why it comes off the hilt.
Exactly. So, I think this looks really nice, though. I don't want another Legends figure. Technically, I got that little blue Cliff Jumper, even though he's a mini bot in my collection. 2, I'm not, you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of Autobots and Grimlock. So this is definitely not going in my collection. Now you repaint it as Overkill? Is that Soundwave's tape?
Oh, yeah.
The T-Rex tape? Yeah. So in the classics, they repainted Grimlock as that. Now you repaint this as that, and I might buy it.
What about the Shattered
But as Grimlock, what?
What about the Shattered Glass one that...
Not in Legend scale.
Okay.
Honestly, I won't even buy the Shattered Glass one in normal scale unless they do it to make it look like the original Shattered Glass with the gun with the sword coming off of it. And that's the reason why I stopped collecting the Shattered Glass line, is they're lazy repaints now. They used to be innovative, interesting repaints. But now it's just the same. Here's Bumblebee, here's Shattered Glass Bumblebee from the same mold, instead of repainting like Hot Rod or something, which would have made more sense. But maybe we'll do a whole episode talking about that soon. So let's move on to what has been recently released. And the first thing is we've got the Rise of the Beasts mainline Wave 1 Beast Alliance Beast Combiners. Now, these things are $21.99. Okay? And look at the quality of paint. I get it, they're for kids. But still, when I was a kid, $21.99 would get you an Armada Starscream. Which, inflation, blah, blah, blah. But still, look. So here's their alt modes. Here's their robot modes, which none of them have elbows, which is inconceivable to me.
Takes me back to G1.
I grew up with ball joints for everywhere, so this is just inconceivable. And this is the one part I like, which is their armors, which I think are very adorable. If they transformed into robots, I might think about it. And here are them with the armors on, and I chose this picture in particular because it shows that the armors can be swapped between all of them. I do think it's kind of cute. The bumblebees, the one in the middle that's on Optimus Primal, has cat ears, though. I think that's kind of cute. But, yeah. I'm hoping that some kids really enjoy these. It's kind of a cool play pattern, so hopefully these will sell well and we'll get some more young children into Transformers, so the Masterpiece figures can keep going all the way till I'm 60 years old and I can still be buying them.
I actually like that White Wolf.
It's cool. It's really cool.
I
just wish it turned into a robot.
Yeah. Instead of a throw.
Instead of a throw, exactly.
Yeah. I am actually okay with these. I think that they fit exactly for kids, and maybe some adult collectors who collected this style of Transformer. I mean, it's definitely something probably easy to switch to transform. It's not going to take you 30 minutes like some of the figures I have, or an hour like some of the others I have. But they don't look bad.
They don't look bad, but I think they look bad for the price point.
The price point, yeah.
That's what because they don't look bad for what they are. I think these are great for
$15.99.
kids. $14.99, $15.99, they'd be perfect.
Yeah.
But for $21.99, where you can't even get a Voyager at that price anymore. So I guess everything's just going up.
Yeah.
So, moving on to something that you can get for a $5 bill. We've got the Authentics Bumblebees Racers. Now, these are pull-back toys at 5 and below, and I think these are perfect for young children. I don't have much to say. The Optimus Prime's really cool. Honestly, if that was in Nemesis Prime colors, I'd probably pick it up. Just because of the novelty of it. For $5, you can take my money.
You know, that's what, when I was a kid, we used to have those with the Bumblebee and the Cliff Jumper, the penny racers and things like that. So I'm all in for these. Maybe my kid will get a couple of these if I ever stop at a $5 Below.
Yes, and that's the problem. They don't have any in my area.
Yeah. That is cute.
So, that is that. I don't think we have much more to say. So the last thing we have for you is the Magic Square MS-02W Star Commander Ultra Magnus 2.0 version. And that's a mouthful. This is already on its way to me. So I am very excited. I like the chrome. I like that it has the silver stripe in both robot and vehicle mode, because that breaks it up so much more. And I cannot wait to get this and slap some stickers on its shoulders and have my definitive Ultra Magnus.
I like it. I don't have much to say. I have not placed an order for it yet. I don't know if I am or not.
I'm gonna get you.
I'm curious to see what it looks like in hand. I'm curious to see what you think of it. Again, I was in for the Optimus Prime. It just got away from me, and I ended up picking up some other things in between. And so I'm curious to see what you think about it.
Yes, I'll definitely be reporting back, because I think this thing looks really cool. So, all right, well, that is everything we have for you guys today. It was kind of busy for the past few days, so let's keep it moving on, and we'll see you at the next news cycle.
Yes, thank you guys for joining. We'll see you next time, and as always, till all debates are won.